Coming to you today from Blythe, California. It is Sunday, February 2nd, 2020. So we are in Blythe, California, right on the border of Arizona. But right now we are on the California side. We're gonna head over to Arizona here in just a little bit after lunch. But while we're down here, I just showed you 3 vacant buildings in this little shopping center. Take a look at this. We got All-Star Cinemas. It's a big building right here. We can take a look at that. Very big building. Also gone. Just talked to a couple people here who moved here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania years ago, and they said they've never seen anything like this. Everything is just getting boarded up. Again, some people blame the internet, but we know that this isn't all because of the internet. This isn't because of e-commerce. This is because our economy is slowing down. It has been slowing down. It has never recovered since 2008, and we are going to continue to see more of what is standing right behind me. Everyone's pre-approved, no credit, no credit. So another building, a large building right here behind me, really big building. And then I've got a Kmart right up over here. If you guys check this out, for lease, 20,000 to 90,000 square feet available. So these are big, big buildings. And let me remind you, we are still here in California. This is Blythe, California, right at the border of Arizona. And it is really startling. Like, just take a look at the parking lot over here. This is huge. It's like 5 acres and it's deserted. And there's a little market right here, obviously taking EBT. Few cars there. And there's just not a whole lot going on here. And this was once a thriving community. And it's really sad to see areas like this just decaying. Again, a thriving community at one point, and now it's just turning into a ghost town. This is what's happening to not just parts of California, this is happening all over the United States of America. Another building behind me, 15, maybe 20,000 square feet right here. It used to be an old automotive repair shop. Boarded up, we can check this out. Padlock, boards, and if we can sweep around here, just take a look at the size of this parking lot and the amount of vacancies here. Acres upon acres of parking lot and not many cars here because 90% of everything in this parking lot is vacant. So you probably can't see behind me about 300 yards. There's a payday store, cash advance. Those are the kind of places that are doing business today because the average American is broke, in debt, and getting farther into debt, so they go to places like that. That's a brand new building right there. This stuff is older. It's been vacant for probably a couple years, but this is what's popping up in your area. Cash advance stores where they can charge you 200, 300, 400% interest in a cash advance. People are so broke that they're having to borrow against their paychecks to get the money before they get paid because they need it to pay bills, to pay for food. This is the direction, unfortunately, our society is heading into, where people now have to borrow ahead of their paycheck in order to pay bills and pay food because they don't have any savings. This is why these are popping up, because people have no savings, and this is why people continually become more poor and more poor, because they're reliant on loan sharks, legal loan sharks like that, and having no savings puts you in danger. This economy is going to change, ladies and gentlemen. This is nothing, what we're seeing right here. This is just the beginning. This is a slow kill, death by 1,000 cuts. This has been going on for years. It's going to accelerate. It's going to go on steroids as soon as this Fed loses control. We have no idea about what type of black swans are out there. We've already saw what started last week. It just takes one event to start lighting the fire. And we're going to see some real big problems here in the United States. Again, things like this are coming to your town. Gone. Capitol Suites Hotel, whole thing is boarded up. Probably a few homeless people living in there, a couple open windows. So there might be some people in there, but it is closed down. Another building here. We're over here by the hotel, big building. Looks like it's actually two sections. We got the front section here, back section back over here, all boarded up. And it's just a sign of the times. What I have noticed is a lot of tweakers around here, a lot of homeless people, and this is pretty common. When everything starts shutting down, gets boarded up, the tweakers come in, and you see more and more homeless. Because they're going to be sleeping in buildings like this. So the town is looking run down. And it's unfortunate because this was probably a gorgeous, pretty town at one time. And now it's probably past the point of no return. Probably never going to recover from what's happening and what's going to happen. Enormous building right here. Micro mall. Look at this. This thing's probably been closed for years. Los Angeles phone number. There you go. Here's another one right here, vacant, right off the main strip. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So guys, as I'm walking down, this is in another shopping center. Vacant, vacant, vacant. It's a restaurant. Starting to see more restaurants closing up. All this whole building is vacant. Vacant. Everything vacant. Sad. All right, so we're in a grocery store parking lot right now. There's an Albertsons and a Starbucks over there. And what I have behind me is probably a building about 25,000 square feet. Used to be a Rite Aid drugstore. It's now gone. They might have moved to another location. Whatever the case may be, we have 25,000 square feet right behind me, sitting vacant. This building's been sitting here, it looks, for at least a year, maybe 2-3 years. Can't really say, but it didn't close last week, that's for sure. It's been sitting here. The building right over here I just showed you, another big building that had a restaurant, had a couple other offices and a retailer in it. That is gone. A lot of square footage there. Back over here, this building is going to continue to erode. There is nobody coming to save this building. And now look, I get it. There are areas in the country that are booming, that are doing well. But what I'm really concerned about is we're seeing more of this than booming cities. We're seeing more cities eroding. We're seeing more stores going out of business. We're seeing more vacant buildings than we are cities booming. And that should concern you. So while most people are out drinking their beers and watching the Super Bowl today, while their pensions are being robbed, while their Social Security is being robbed, while their futures are being robbed, and as they're having a good time today, watching a football game, this is what's happening. While people sleep, while people don't care, this is what is happening. And if you don't wake up and get out of your coma, if you continue to drink your beer and watch your sports, this kind of stuff right here is coming to a town near you. It is unavoidable. The debt is unsustainable. The theft and criminality that is taking place in our financial system is going to continue to cause more of this. And it's going to, unfortunately, come to a town near you. It may even come to your town. It may even be your job. It may be your pension. If you don't wake up, America, if you don't wake up, this is what's going to happen right behind me. So just made it to Arizona. Apologize about the wind. I hope this doesn't sound too bad. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Look, I could have spent the entire day in Blythe, California, just going over and counting and filming all the vacant restaurants and stores. But I think you understand, I think you get the idea what's happening in Blythe, California, what's happening to many parts of California in general, and what is happening around the country. Now, a lot of people will watch this video and go, well, that's just California. Please read the comments down below, because people all over the country are commenting and reporting the same type of things happening in their states, in their counties, and in their towns. It's not just a problem in California. Yes, we have a lot of homeless in California, but it's not just a problem in California. It is a problem all over America. But as I'm making this video, the Super Bowl is taking place, where the average Super Bowl ticket is $8,264. Last year, it was $4,972. Secondary ticket prices are expected to rise in price until game day today. So as people drink their beer and watch their sports, things in America continue to get worse. Poultry is being devastated over in China right now, as shipments of feed cannot get into cities because of the outbreak that is taking place. So livestock, animals, chickens are dying because they cannot get food shipments to the animals. So more problems. I just checked, Aaron just texted me and told me that Dow futures are up 72 points right now. So again, bad news is good news. Apple to temporarily close stores and offices in China. Are we going to see any effect tomorrow with McDonald's closing, Starbucks closing, now Apple closing offices and stores? What about factories? Are we going to see anything in regards to the markets tomorrow reflecting what is happening? What we do know is that China is going to dump $1.2 trillion yuan into their market today in order to prop up their markets. Also, if you're in China and you're in these Chinese markets, if you're in the Chinese market today, right now, you will not be able to sell. They're expecting a 6 to 7% hit on the Chinese market this evening. If you are a resident of China, you will not be able to sell. So just think about that. You know the ship is going down. You cannot sell. You cannot get out. You are stuck. Another danger of holding paper. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the Asian markets, especially over in China. Are they going to take a big hit? Who knows? They're going to pump. They're going to do exactly what we do. They're going to pump 1.2 trillion yuan into the markets to at least prevent a massacre on their markets tonight. So again, the whole world economy, these markets are just being propped up, held on by a shoestring. A lot of bad news when it comes to poultry, when it comes to business, when it comes to stock markets. The news is not good. So what's it going to look like tomorrow? What's the Dow Jones going to do? We could certainly be up. We could be up 300, 400, 500 points. Who knows? But if we had any fundamentals whatsoever in these markets, it would be a catastrophe tomorrow. But you and I both know the plunge protection team will be brought in. We know the Fed will come in, inject massive amounts of liquidity and cash into these markets. We know that the fake optimism, the fake data is going to be all over the media. So it'll be interesting to see if they can pull it off tomorrow and how they're going to pull it off. Or we could have a very, very ugly night tonight in the Asian markets, and we could have a very ugly day in the US markets tomorrow. Only time will tell. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. So I'm going to say goodbye. Have a wonderful evening coming to you from Arizona. It's a beautiful late afternoon here, windy. I apologize. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening and an incredible week. Make sure that you are preparing. It is getting very unpredictable out there. God bless.